rage, sort of a.
Okay, try something.
Not here.
We'll find out in about
there.
10
Yes.
seconds.
Oh,
Yes, now it's working.
That's really working, fucking weird. All right.
Okay.
Yes, it is staying good.
Okay.
All right.
Amazing. Anyway, I'm Jack. I'm your storyteller. We're doing Final Show Films Changeling the Lost tonight. The name of the chronicle is In Grove or Green, and you're here watching it. Or watching it on YouTube some other time. We're going to just start at the top. I'm joined tonight by Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm still playing Liz, the Wise and Oracle.
Which was a matter of question previously, but hey, we've settled that issue. And William Orshani?
I am William Orshani, and the upside of that audio issue is that it let my brain actually go through the full list of my characters that I play before finally getting to I'm playing Phage, the Ogre Gristle Grinder.
I was really hoping you were going to get it wrong after that intro. Anyway,
I know.
Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Lark, Beast Windwing, and it was going to be really bad because earlier I was about to say you're playing Victor.
That's tomorrow.
And
I know.
Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I am playing Alana Spencer, the fairest dancer.
And our beleaguered yet diligent and long-suffering audio engineer, Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Megan Lansing, and I would just like to point out, who is the Draconic Threat? I would just like to point out, this has happened to Sen multiple times. This is the only time it's happened with me.
Yeah, but it's Sen's job. You're not default responsible for this, so I feel worse for you.
But in fairness, I do this weekly for Monday. So
Fair enough. Well, last time in Baltimore, the Motley Unlikely realized that Liz had gone missing, largely due to her girlfriend Butterfly's hysterics, and sprang into action to try and assist in recovery. Liz, meanwhile,
I thought you were saying it went into hysterics or went missing because of Butterfly's hysterics.
No. Butterfly's hysterics had nothing to do with Liz going missing, at least initially, as far as we're aware. But Liz, meanwhile, was trapped in a glass dimension with other reflections of herself, kept in solitary confinement where nothing could seemingly be done, and time flowed ceaselessly forward without change, for those of you that need existential terror. The rest of the Motley eventually confronted Liz's doppelganger near the inner harbor and chased it down. And in a reckless attack with her vehicle, Megan put the monstrous duplicate through the windshield, and Liz fell out on the other side amidst a shower of safety glass. And the changelings ultimately retreated to Megan's condo to recover from the ordeal, and eventually people are beginning to find rest for the evening as a nearby radio clicks on. Much does the world contend with peril thus, to hide or flee or recklessly confront, but cleverness can sidestep all such fuss and let the prey turn round and seize the hunt. But all things in right order for such circuit, lest changelings run before my horse to market. Liz, are you trying to sleep for the evening at Megan's, or do you get somebody to drive you elsewhere? To rest for the night.
No, we're on the balcony. I think.
Okay, that's where you were camping out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Blankets are provided. You make yourself a little makeshift bedroll nest kind of thing, and eventually find some sleep. Would you be trying to go into Butterfly's dream or invite her into yours?
Invite her into mine.
Okay. Where does she find you?
Actually, no, incorrect. Other statement.
Okay.
I don't want to go into mine.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
I don't need to go into my brain.
No
I don't want to be there.
That's reasonable. You blink as you fall asleep, and there's that sort of momentary jolt where you're drifting off, and suddenly you get that sort of jump body spasm that usually resumes a level of wakefulness, but this time you sit up. There's a bit of music on the air. You can smell something kind of food-like sweet mixed with maybe savory or salty. And you realize you're on the fairway of a carnival. And Butterfly is standing there holding out a stick of cotton candy to you.
I'll take it.
If this is too loud, we can go somewhere else, but
No, it's okay. Are there people around us? Or
there's
is
a
it-
few there
Okay.
are some people walking up and
Okay.
down. It's active but not crowded. Nobody's
Okay.
brushing your shoulders or anything. There's plenty of space to maneuver and travel if you decide you want to walk or whatever. Little bit of sun coming down through a mixed cloudy sky. Weather's temperate, comfortable. Anyway, hi.
I'm sorry. Was gone for so long.
For us, it was a couple hours.
Oh. It was years for me.
Yikes. Reaches out and brushes some hair out of your face. Are you okay? Enough? Are you okay enough?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whose blood was on my shirt? I wasn't bleeding.
That's a good question. I don't know what their name was.
What happened?
Whatever looked like you ate somebody.
Okay. I need to walk. Just gonna
She'll hook an arm with you,
Yeah.
and you guys just start walking down. It seems fairly standard kind of state fair carnival level of stuff. You can smell a little bit of like, oh, there's probably animals that way,
Yeah.
kind of, but what's closer is more the kind of popcorn, cotton candy, funnel cake mix that every carnival smells like.
I'm not trying to go anywhere. I just want to
Yeah.
sort of pace
Yep.
in a
Mhm.
wide loop.
Okay. Yeah, you start to stretch your legs a bit. Maybe it was trying to be Phage. And you
Maybe.
at the same time.
Yeah. I thought it would be cool to be Phage once.
A lot of
She's-
food involved.
Yeah. I spent a long time staring myself over there.
What'd you see?
Someone who was always going to end up there.
Maybe. But you got out. Maybe. That's the takeaway.
Maybe.
Like, I'm not going to lie, it sucks. And the fact that it was so long for you is horrible. And it wasn't one of them, but
No.
it was probably it probably felt sort of similar in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that you're the person that gets taken. Maybe it's that you're the person that always comes back.
I want to believe that, but it didn't feel inevitable.
Hmm.
The
It wasn't a waiting room.
no, that was a prison.
Yeah. She'll turn and just hold your face in her hands. I'm really glad we got you back.
Me too.
And do you know how you got there or what led to that? Can you avoid it if something tries again?
I went to my house.
Hmm.
I don't want to go back there again. I did what I needed to do.
Okay.
So there's that.
All right.
And other me's saw it in different places. The not me, the image, the mirror version.
Yeah. Okay.
I was angry at it and wanted to know why it was haunting me.
And do you know why now?
Nope. That's what scares me. Is I think I would go back there again. I don't think I would do anything different. And I don't want to do that.
Okay. So if it shows up again, we keep away from it.
I want to know the answers of why and how. And
Yeah.
sorry.
No sorries. Sometimes bad stuff happens.
I know, but I missed you.
I missed you too. I was real scared. I knew you'd been taken somewhere else and I could feel glass, and I freaked out a whole bunch. And then Megan put the thing through a windshield and you fell out. So
Okay.
was not nearly as long for me, but it was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was very glassy. Like when I stabbed it a couple times, it was. So maybe that's where it lives and that's where it goes back to or whatever. But
That makes sense. It doesn't, but it makes some kind of sense.
and if anything happens, apparently I'll know about it and I'll get people and we'll come get you.
Yeah.
She just gives you a big hug.
Does this fair have rides?
Mm-hmm.
I
She
like ones that spin.
she pulls she kind of nods, steps over to a small tent, pulls back the flap, and it's straight up Doctor Who. There's a small tent with a tilt-a-whirl inside.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, okay. Is that good for lists then?
Yes. Yep.
Excellent. All right. Anybody else have anything that needs to get covered before an evening's rest is had?
Megan's just going to make sure everybody's in a spot where it's not exactly a lots of people stay here kind of place,
No, not really.
but there's definitely room, and she's got enough blankets and shit. She will make sure everybody's in a spot where they can be comfortable.
Okay.
Lark is going to go back to the mansion.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
Can you? Megan will say, "Can you, if you're okay with it, can you have someone come with you or stay there with you?"
I can come along.
Do you mind?
I don't. My claviger will probably also want to follow along.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Text
So
if there's crisis. Or just call and scream, that works too.
Gets the message across.
I forget
Amazing.
which claviger was following me this whole time.
Currently, roll me a d10.
Because it was the one that had showed up to the mansion earlier in the day. 7.
I mean, it was. On a 7. Da, 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 da. Currently is Chrome Blank. A fairly new arrival. Elemental who just basically has a mirror-like sheen to their entire body. You'd say to an extent that you would almost suspect them of being a mirror skin, but they're an elemental mannequin, actually. But they look like that sort of, blank template, borderline D&D changeling-esque.
Which is fitting for a mannequin as well.
Right. Yeah. But they don't usually, you've never seen them change out of it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and politics -2.
Intelligence, politics, not weird. 1 success.
You've heard rumors that they are joining the Squires of the Broken Blade. So, but that's who's following you around currently.
As we step outside, she just looks over. All right, Chrome Blank, heading back to the mansion.
Just gives a quiet nod, waits for you guys to get started. And we'll follow you back and take up post. All right. But everybody gets an evening's rest. Everybody gets a point of willpower. If anybody had any bashing damage, that's gone.
Yay.
And we will pick up the following morning.
I believe this was today is the second. Do I get a lethal back? I don't remember when the lethal.
Yes, I believe so. You get one.
Okay.
You would have recovered 1 lethal. I think the numbers work out for that. Yep.
Yeah,
Same,
I'm down to only 2.
Because I still have 1 lethal.
If you haven't recovered any since the initial, then yes, I
I don't
believe
think
so.
so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would get one
Sweet.
back. Mhm.
Yay. I'm
All
healed
right.
up.
Excellent.
Finally take the patch off.
Yep.
Looks awful, but I can see fine.
Yeah, you can see through it, which was more than you guys were expecting initially.
Yep.
Just
I
a
fog away at
question.
that point.
Yeah, Julia. For
Uh,
Alana?
For Megan, where did she have Alana sleep?
Wherever Alana wishes to.
Okay.
Okay.
They shared a bed then.
There you go.
All right. Yep. It's kind of funny. So you're like, all right, we're going to make sure everybody's comfortable. And then two people leave. And so Oxygen's probably sleeping on the couch and Liz and Butterfly are on the balcony.
Yep.
Amazing. Perfect.
This is going to sound funny considering what was arrangements were just loud, but I think she's going to get enough sleep, but I think Megan's going to get relatively less sleep
Mhm.
because she will be getting up to check and make sure that the people on the balcony haven't accidentally fallen off somehow.
Right. Valid.
Because A, that can happen no matter who you are, and
Mhm.
B, no offense to them, but they're Liz and Butterfly. So
this is fair. But the following morning dawns, rainy, and Lark, you get a text from Barnaby, brunch and then market.
Yeah. My place or somewhere else.
Is it just you coming?
Who all was coming? Because I know other people wanted to come.
Paige was willing to come along if needed, but I don't think she had anything she was looking for in the
Okay.
market.
Akujin was definitely interested in coming, so we'll say that
Was Alana
he's coming along.
I think she wanted to. I don't know if there's anything
Is-
specifically that Julia is looking for from a goblin market, but we'll see.
Because I remember making the joke about we're taking our child.
Yeah.
It's
Parents
Right.
day
yeah.
out.
Yep. Mhm.
Mhm.
And you know that Barnaby doesn't have any reservations, and in fact, it's fairly standard practice that going to market in numbers and sticking together is usually safer. So as many people as you feel like you'd bring along are probably welcome.
Yeah, she'll tell him. Akajan and Lana wanted to come.
Okay, works for me. And he'll text you the name of a diner that's fairly close by to the chain link entry to the Killian Goblin Market.
Okay. I'm assuming she's meeting him there.
Yeah, that's the intended meet here for brunch, and then we'll duck inside.
Since Paige stayed at your place last night, as you get off the phone, she looks up. Do you want backup for that goblin market?
I mean, if you want to come, but I think if there's something you're looking for, Alana and Akajan are coming too.
There's nothing in particular, but there might be something that jumps out at me, and it might just be good for finding out what's going on. Rumors in the hedge.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to come. I'm leaving in 30 to meet him at a diner.
You want me to meet you there later so you can have, food with your friend? Friend, I say in heavy air quotes.
Friend who happens to be a boy. Honestly, yeah, that would be nice.
All right. Let me know when to meet you, and I'll be down there.
I'll let the others know to meet at that time too.
And it'll give me a chance to swing by the fort and check and see if, as I blank on the smith's name,
Bill Squires.
See if Bill Squires has worked up any of that hand forged iron yet.
All right.
Sounds good.
So she'll get ready. She's treating this like a date, so
Yeah.
she is going to put some effort into how she looks.
Okay.
Practical, but still nice.
Mhm.
She decides to go for like a low cut top,
Okay.
and then she'll meet him at whatever time he specified, and she'll text Alana and Akajan to meet them like 30-40 minutes after that.
Okay. Sounds good. He knows who he's talking to. I'll give him a +2. Okay. Barnaby seems to, as you arrive at the diner, seems to have had the same impulse of, yeah, let's treat this like a little bit of an event, and you can see it's always vaguely amusing. He can shave his mask, he can't shave his mane. So his visible beard looks a little better. His normal goat face is still just goat face, but you can see he's dressed up a little bit. He's got his nicest flannel shirt on, which for most people would be a flannel poncho, and is all kitted out, and he has borrowed the van rather than using his usual absolute garbage pickup. So he unfolds himself out of that driver's seat, which he definitely has to scrunch up to get into. And you guys have a nice brunch. It's mostly protein, but they've got a pretty decent menu here. Meanwhile, Alana, you get a text at Megan's in the morning of a time to meet. What do you do?
She's gonna text Akijin and see if he will give her a ride over
Sure.
there.
All right. So
She'll dress pretty down to earth.
no worries. Absolutely. Do you inform Megan at all of your plans for the day, or?
Yeah, so Lark just asked if I would go to the Goblin Market with her, if I wanted to.
Okay.
I was thinking of heading out.
Yeah,
Are you gonna be okay here with Liz and Butterfly?
I'm good. Yeah, I will stay here until they're ready to go, and if they're not, that's fine. I can figure out something to do here.
Market?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm going
Market,
with
park it, start it. Mm-hmm.
Comes Butterfly.
Yep, right off the balcony. Liz, there was a sudden burst of movement from your girlfriend as you guys were laying, like sort of doing the sort of groggy half wake up, and all of a sudden she was out of the blanket and inside.
Okay, I'm watching from outside. So
Right.
there's just a head popped up and I'm still swathed in the blanket, just sort of sitting out there.
It's just a blanket
In the
burrito on the
rain.
balcony.
That's where I was born.
come again.
That's where I was born.
Okay. Just looking at Megan, like, I don't know what to say here.
There's a beat of silence, and then Butterfly sticks her head back out on the balcony. Market? To Liz.
Sure.
Yes.
I need to take a shower. I'm sticky.
Are you okay with going inside? You can use the
Bubblegum.
shower. There's only so
Yeah.
many outside showers, and they're usually attached to pools.
That sounds really nice. Yeah.
So might not be open because public pools don't tend to be open yet.
February
in
or
the
whenever.
first week of April.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in, take a shower.
Yep.
Butterfly
out-
is dancing her way through the kitchen, grabbing disparate types of food, putting them together in a bowl, and just singing quietly to herself. The word market features heavily.
And things that rhyme with it.
I come out in a toga made out of whatever sheets I have. And given you're not getting these back until much later.
It's fine. Keep them.
What did you do with your clothes?
They're in a pile in I think they're in the trash. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a pile in the trash. Okay.
Yeah, in a pile in the trash.
That outfit is no longer good.
Yep.
Says you. Blood
This
makes a
is good.
statement.
This is good.
A
They'll
Alana
probably be a
has
little
spare
big on
clothes we
you.
need.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll probably be a little big on you, but I have some.
I want to wear this.
Okay. What's the weather like outside?
Going
It's a little rainy.
Did my jacket, I have an armored jacket. Was that covered in blood?
Were you wearing it when you
She wears it all the time.
then yes, absolutely.
Oh boy. All right.
We can launder stuff. You can wash stuff down
No,
to
no,
an
you know what?
almost
I took that in the
atomized
shower.
level.
I took it in the shower with me. That's
Drenched.
Oh.
You tried to rinse it out.
Yeah.
You took your jack.
Yeah.
What about the vest?
Yes, that too. Uh-huh. And those are over the toga. Currently they are sopping wet, probably.
I am
Little
definitely
pools are happening on the floor in your condo, Megan.
I am definitely gonna need to call a plumber. It's good. It's fine. It's fine.
But the other stuff's in the trash. Do you know who died yesterday?
Nope.
Okay.
The thing that
Paige might find out if she gets a report from Winter on that scene cleanup.
Yeah.
So okay. It's all good. You're fine. How are you
Okay.
feeling?
I'm here.
That's fair.
I think I'm hungry. I'm gonna go see what Butterfly has scavenged.
Cool.
Of her
It's-
newly unpatched eyes.
It's mostly kind of a cornucopia of various condiments over
Okay.
pickles.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds fine. I'll eat
Pickled
some.
mustard,
I'll
pickled
try
ketchup.
No, it's like Megan had a jar of like dill pickles
Right.
in her fridge. I don't know if Megan eats them regularly or just had that jar of dill pickles that ends up in everybody's fridge at some point.
It's just a jar of pickles. Like,
Right. Sometimes just sits there for 12 years, you know. But regardless, there are 3 dill spears in a bowl and every condiment that she could find in the junk drawer.
Oh,
Squeezed
no.
out of their little carryout packets.
It's
Yes.
condiments with pickle. So it's
Yes,
it's
right.
pickled ketchup, pickled mustard, etc.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
tartar
it's-
sauce.
I was gonna
soy
say
sauce.
I was gonna say tartar sauce, soy sauce,
Yeah.
like the whole
I had a
nine,
plum
yeah.
sauce one for ages.
And
The
probably like at least one of those little like peel back top blackberry jams of something.
I was gonna say something
Yes.
some apple like
Right, yeah,
saucy
apple butter,
like
something.
apple butter.
right, yeah,
That's what I was
yeah,
thinking
mhm,
of.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Excuse me, I need to go launder my brain
You need to go
from
sympathetically vomit.
imagining what that thing tastes like.
Okay.
Honestly, I would
Frog.
try it.
I would not.
Neither would I. I just get to make up this shit and
That's
make you
fucking
people think
gross.
about eating it.
Yep, this is exactly how I expected my week would go.
But yeah, so people start getting ready, bundling, putting wet outerwear over bed linens as
Yeah.
clothing, you know, like you do.
Yep.
We're going Grecian punk, just toga with an armored jacket over top.
Listen,
Blood covered, because let's be clear.
Right.
Washing that fucking thing by letting the shower run over it does not clean it of blood.
I mean,
No,
I use
not
shampoo
entirely.
and stuff. It's sort of.
It's still tinted red.
I was gonna say,
Shampoo is
80%
not
of the
gonna help
blood is
at
gone.
all.
It's dark colored.
80%, I will say 80% of the blood is gone. 20% of a murder scene's blood is still a lot of fucking blood. Regardless, though. So Megan, are you coming along with this?
Absolutely not. I
Nope.
have to.
Okay.
So while this is going on, while they're getting ready and stuff, I grab a trash bag, I go and get the clothes out of the trash and put them in that, and start taking inventory of what I need to fix, clean, and replace around the condo.
Okay.
Because we are not putting the bloody clothes
from the aftermath of a street murder
in the standard trash. That sloppy evidence destruction.
Disposal. Yep. Absolutely. Okay, then. So, while Megan gets started on that sort of thing, a little bit of time goes by, everybody gets fed, and the group of you meet at a chain link fence in an alleyway. Barnaby is leaning up against a minivan, flipping over a little bit of like one of those mini legal pads where some stuff's written down.
Did Bill have anything at the forge?
When you stop by the forge, Bill has mostly been working on he's been working up ammunition for the muzzle loaders. He has one knife and two, like, effectively unmounted as of yet spearheads of what he thinks would qualify as hand rot.
Excellent.
Yep. He'll offer you the knife if you want to take it with you.
She'll bring it along, but she's not going to wield it herself. I know the thing that she had specifically wanted was a pair of knuckle dusters, just simple, blunt, made of iron.
Yep, absolutely.
And if he gets his hands on enough ammo for those muzzle loaders, and then there was also the idea of hand iron buckshot for any kind of shell casing shotguns.
Yeah. He's been looking at it and thinks it'll fuck up the barrel, but flechette rounds might honestly be easier with that.
Yeah.
So that's where he's going at this point. Okay. But yeah, he's making progress. So
cool. She'll take the knife and give it to Akajin when she sees him.
Okay. Sounds good. But everybody meets at the assembly area. Barnaby looks up. Okay, we've got everybody today. Almost.
I wasn't aware.
That's okay.
The other reason I'm saying somebody needs to be in the real world when this all goes bad and you need to contact someone.
Right, because making a phone call out of the hedge is possible. Absolutely.
I'm not saying it is, but there are ways to make contact.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Anybody's first time points at Alana. Okay. There's rules. Follow the rules very closely. Don't diverge. Even play that very safe. The rules are a fence. Keep 5 feet away from the metaphorical fence, if that makes sense. They'll ask for a memory toll, so you will have to give up a memory, which you will get back upon exit. It's kind of like a collateral sort of thing. My usual go-to is the smell of mustard. Just as an example. All right. Obviously, hands to yourself. Don't steal anything, or we'll never see you again, etc., etc., etc. All
No
right.
docs.
That one's still intact. All right.
Flowers only cut, not picked, etc.
So let's go on in then. All 6 of us. Okay. 7. Looking at butterfly. Okay. All right. Yes. 100%. Then he'll recount. Yes. Okay. All right. So here we go. And he walks down the alleyway. And there's this broad-shouldered but very hunched and short figure with a large, broad-brimmed hat and a heavy overcoat. Barnaby's got a small umbrella that mostly covers part of him and Lark. Hey, few for entry here. Very well. Memory toll, starting first with you as the leader and guide. Oh, nod, reach out. All right. Smell of mustard. Guy takes off his hat and holds it with a little shower of collected water from the top of the brim, and Barnaby just places his hand over top of the opening of the hat, and something shifts, and he kind of wrinkles his nose a little bit. Hat goes back on. Very good. Next. Looks at the crowd.
Lark will step forward.
Holds out the hat. What'll it be?
Memory performance.
All right. So all of your expression dots go away. Or sorry, performance dots, I should say.
Oh, goodness.
You pick the
Performance?
memory.
No.
Yeah.
Performance
Expression.
isn't a roll. Expression. Expression is what I'm thinking of. Yep.
Expression.
Yep.
Okay.
So just remember that you have a score
Yeah.
of 0 in that currently. You don't have to mark them off your sheet or anything. And the hat goes back on. Who else?
Phage will step up.
Hat out.
The taste of rotisserie chicken.
All
Put that
right.
in there.
Sounds good.
Forget entirely what one of her preferred meals tastes like.
Right. Yep. Oxygen offers up the smell of exhaust. And Butterfly steps over, taste, and spits in the hat.
Taste entirely.
He kind of grimaces a bit, but nods. And with the hat off, you can see this is a full ass hobgoblin. Big floppy ears, whole nine. Absolute mess of disproportionate teeth, wrinkles on the face, stringy hair. Liz and Alana, I believe, are the only 2 left.
Well, Alana will step up. The river dance.
He'll hold out the hat. And yeah, that memory just gone.
You no longer know how to river dance.
And yeah, like reaching out for, you can, it's almost like losing a tooth. You can feel the space. You know something's missing. Can't tell what it is.
That's weird.
You'll get used to it. Holds out the hat to Liz.
With a Y.
The pain of a stub toe.
And you feel that vanish. He'll reach back behind him and just draw a line down the chain link fence, which peels apart and opens, and you can see a broad entry going in, and a wash of sound flows out of the hedge. Just a cacophony of voices, people shouting and that sort of thing. Alana, as you step forward, he holds something out towards you, which is a grubby little sheet of paper with a series of things written on it.
She will look at it.
Take it. Don't forget.
She will take it.
And there is a list of 7 items, the market laws, which have been provided for Alana.
I forget what happened to 5.
There was never a 5.
We don't talk about 5.
We don't talk about 5.
I feel like I had asked that the first time we went in, and I forget what the answer was.
Yeah, we don't. That was the answer. We don't talk about 5.
If you've broken rule 5, you severely fucked up.
If you have to ask, you don't need to know. And you certainly aren't allowed to talk about it. You can see, though, these massive tusked brutes with close set eyes that are lumbering along. They're massive, they're just ridiculously sized, out of proportion, ape-like arms, knuckles into the dirt and mud, tiny little tapering waist in the back with these very short little legs that barely touch ground at all. They do most of the walking with their forearms. And one of them swipes by as you pass. Watch yourselves, no stealing. You just hear shouts of various vendors and all sorts of announcements and stuff, offering dreams and memories and charms and magic and buy some esoterica, hearts and horseshoes, stars and moons. 4-leaf clovers, arcane gold, rainbows, red balloons. Somebody else down the way. Plans for sale, past plans, future plans, yours or someone else's. You name them, we might have them. Shit plans come cheap and good ones come dear. Buy your plans here. Just a mess of all sorts of things. Barnaby's looking over his list, and you can see, Lark, he's got the writing from that page that you found in the library, and is referencing, okay, we need some fur and gilded eggs. We can probably find those here. Might not hurt to try and get the nails here as well. We'll see what else we can find, I guess. So, anybody who's looking around for things can give me a wits and investigation. If anybody's looking for anything specific, let me know.
Phage is specifically looking for she's trying to gather information more than items. She's trying to see whether the Queen of Ogian's activities have drawn attention in this market and what sort of word is traveling around.
Oh, well, wits and composure for that, then.
Damn it.
Lark is looking for 2 things.
Okay.
She's looking for just in general something that may give her advantage in a battle against a fae.
Okay.
And two, it's kind of harder to describe. Anything that she thinks could help give her closure on the situation with Adele.
Interesting. Okay. Go ahead and roll me wits and investigation then. What was Liz looking for, Mara?
Nothing. I don't think she knows what she's here for. She is just like following Butterfly. Just kind of seeing what catches her eye.
Okay.
The plans thing was intriguing because she does not have any plans right now.
Okay. If you step over to that stall, then, since that's what you're looking for, you find a little shopkeeper who's maybe about 6 inches shorter than you are, with 4 arms that look insect-like at the ends, more like little claw feeties than actual hands. And one of his eyes is a big compound insect eye, and the other one's normal, humanish looking normal. All right, so you're looking for some plans. Well, what kind of plans are you looking for? We can give you all sorts. We've got lots for good sales. Sometimes we can even do an exchange. If you've got a plan, we'll take your plan and give you somebody else's plan.
I think I only have bad plans.
Oh, well, exchange rate on bad plans not great, I'll warn you up front, but we can maybe work something out. Got a nice collection of bad plans over here, and you can see there's several little items, and they seem to be infused into various objects. Like there are some like literal rolls of paper or notebooks or things like that. This one, there's a little Zune player that's plugged into a small like a computer speaker that seems to be running off of some sort of just regular battery power. You can hear somebody, he's like, yep, lots of bad plans here. And the guy's like, there's just a voice over it. And it's like, nah, dude, see, you buy this picture of the monkey and that one's yours and nobody else has one because it's an NFT, bro. All right. And they're going to be worth so fucking much. I tell you, he's like, terrible plans over here. Stands for non-fungible token.
I love that Johnny laughed so hard that it was a laugh in echo in at infinitum.
My laugh got picked up on Holly's mic.
100%. It was amazing. It was like the universe was laughing at it.
Do you
Good,
take
'cause I did.
class? Do you take past plans?
Well, had they already been executed, or is this one that you just? Does it have future applicability, or was it a one-off plan?
I mean, someone might try it again.
All right. Well, tell me the plan, and we'll see what we can do.
Well, it was. We're in a fight, and I thought maybe I could see. You have to have your name written on something to be able to control it, and there was this person whose arm was a stick, and I can control plants if they have my name on them. So I took out a pen, and it didn't go well.
And when you say it didn't go well, what are we talking about?
I stabbed someone in the eye with the pen.
I mean, if you're in a fight, that sounds like it went very well. I'll definitely take that plan.
Not the they were my friend who.
Look, sometimes you get in fights with friends and you have to stab them in the eye with a pen. How do you think I got this one? And points towards the compound eye.
Just don't fight it at this point. They're accepting it. Profit off my pain. Please.
And now,
Sure.
what kind of plan are you looking for in exchange? Because that might be part of a purchase. That might be the whole thing, depending on how it turned out.
I need a better plan than that.
Oh, so you're actually looking for an upgrade plan? Well, then
Yeah.
yes, we'll need at least 1 or 2 more plans, or
Oh.
something of equivalent value to wrangle up the exchange.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Lark, Barnaby is currently haggling away a leather belt and 3 bags of microwave popcorn for this egg, which is probably around the dimensions of a goose egg and seems to be covered in very slapdash sort of mix of molten gold and molten silver. But seems to be infusing the belt with a couple of other more abstract personal things in order to make up for the cost.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gilt egg. I think we're good. Very carefully gets wrapped up and put in a box that he just sort of carefully holding under his arm. Paige, what are you paying attention to at the moment?
Sage is sort of wandering around, trying to keep everyone in sight if she can, but also looking around, trying to see if she can get any info on the queen's presence. I'm currently not hearing too much. She will...
Not a ton. Go ahead and give me a wits and empathy.
Yep.
I'll give you a +1 because of your current focus.
3.
You're keeping an eye on everybody. It's very loud, and you're trying to like pick up, is anybody like having a casual conversation here, there, or something? Definitely ears pricked for anything that says Queen on it or anything like that. And you do see Liz bargaining on plans. And you can think of somebody's plans you would very much like to know.
She puts that one away, and also she puts that one away for in about 5 minutes, and then sees if she can stop like anyone who seems like they frequent here and ask if anyone's seen the Wrong brothers around here recently.
Give me a presence and manipulation and expression.
5.
Nice.
Oh, you're looking for the Wrong brothers, is it?
Yes, if anyone's seen them around.
All right, those lads have been back for a bit. They're somewhere down south, but now that the weather's turned warmer, they've come back.
Aye, where were the last seen?
Sort of about 3 rows down that way. They were selling some sort of godforsaken contraption that I've got no idea where it came from, but it looks mighty interesting. I think it's for Vestillation, they said.
Quite interesting. I'll have to take a look myself.
They're asking a pretty penny for it.
She's gonna go say hello to the Wrong brothers again.
Okay, sounds good. What has Alana been looking for?
She's really looking for anything just like that catches her eye, that isn't too far away from any other person in our party.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wits and composure, we'll say.
Submit. 1 success.
1 success. There's some disparate items scattered about. Somebody's trying to sell the tailpipe of a car. Another person has just a whole bunch of knickknacks and stuff. They're selling anything from rain ponchos to canned air to scented candles, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
And everything is marketed as being more than meets the eye. You find that out, especially if it's like a physical object. Hardly anybody is selling a physical object that's just a physical object. So they're like, oh yeah, no, this thing, and then they make some sort of outlandish claim that seems to be what that thing does or is attached to. One of the people is like waving canned air around. Breathable materials inside metal drive all of your friends and enemies away for a long time. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Lark,
Mhm.
are you just following Barnaby at this point?
She'll follow him for a little bit, but she's going to keep an eye out for anything that sparks her interest.
Okay, sounds good. With those 3 successes, you do find a number of weapons dealers. If you're looking for edge in a fight, they promote themselves as the best edge in a fight. It's way easier to fight somebody when you're armed and they're not. Or if they are armed, this at least equalizes things if you're not.
I would like to respectfully disagree.
You absolutely
Martial art.
may.
My particular discipline.
She's specifically looking for anything that would help against a true fae.
Okay. Difficult to find. Go ahead and give me a manipulation and expression.
I
which
have
you
no expression.
have no dots of currently, unfortunately.
Yep. So just
you're-
manipulation.
Well, you'll be taking a penalty for losing all of your dots.
Okay.
So manipulation -1, I believe.
Okay. That's not gonna be good. Oh, still 2 successes though.
Nice.
Okay. You
Okay,
get-
okay. Jack's stuttering for everyone else?
Yep.
Not just me?
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're good now.
Still good? We good? Keep going?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good now.
You're good.
You are told of a mysterious fox-headed smith who has a scythe rumored to have cut the toes from the coal marquee. A member of the true gentry. And apparently has it in the market and is willing to sell it.
Are they able to point her to where?
Oh yeah,
in the
no, they'll
market?
tell you he's down that way somewhere.
Okay. She will head in that direction then.
Okay. You come to an opening and it literally looks like a massive fox den where it's just this dirt hole tunnel going down underground, but you can smell smoke rising out of there and that kind of metallic flavor to the heat and vapor that are coming out that speaks of metalcraft and that sort of thing. Go ahead and give me a wits and survival as well.
Zero.
There's another flavor to the smell that you can't quite place. Definitely smells animal in nature, but you don't know what it might signify. But yeah, and you can see there's an entry there. It's a fairly steep slope. You're probably gonna have to slide down.
Can she glide down?
Yeah, absolutely. You spread your wings and let the weird take over as you ease your descent and eventually alight in a large open area fairly close. The smoke in the room stings your eyes a bit. You could feel kind of the heat of the air pressing in on you. And while there's plenty of physical space around, it feels much more compact and encroaching than its actual physical dimensions would likely afford. And there at a forge is an individual with the head of a fox and the legs as well. And you can see a tail tucked out of the way, but seems to be more humanoid in their torso. No fur on the exposed forearms, but they have heavy leather gloves on. And they're beating the shit out of a piece of hot metal at a forge here. And then it hisses as they drop it in the water and look up. Welcome to my shop. What can I get for you?
I heard you had a particular weapon that could help.
I have a great many particular weapons. What sort of particular weapon are you looking for, and how much are you willing to sacrifice to get it? Tink,
What,
tink.
what was the weapon described as?
A scythe.
A scythe.
This one, I think, has done her research and followed the rumors. Well, I do have the thing for which you are looking, but it will not come cheap.
What do you want?
I want a wife. Think.
Want what?
A wife.
To be fair, he didn't say it had to be you.
I was like, do you have your eyes on anyone?
Someone in particular?
I would like it if she were beautiful and talented.
You check both of those boxes, Lark.
Hey, lucky me. Got this friend named Alana. I would probably have to find someone.
If there is someone that you can find that you can give to me, I will potentially sell you the scythe that stole the feet from the Cole Marquis. Hand keeps ringing that metal on the anvil. Go ahead and give me a wits and composure.
They have moved the goalpost up from toes to feet.
It might be poetic.
4.
Miss Fox is smithing a meadowlark. Turning the end of a rod, and you can just see with each hammer stroke it becoming more and more defined. The bird-like form, wings spread, beak open. It's almost like watching somebody at one of those glass blowing places or whatever, where they, use the bar of glass to sculpt it into a fucking unicorn or whatever. But this fox is doing that with steel.
Lark's gonna get out of there.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and athletics as you scramble up the slope. Behind you, you just hear, "Come again when you can afford."
3.
Yeah, not too hard. You manage it. It's steep, but you feet and hands it both and manage to scramble on up out of there. Just as Barnaby's looking around like, fuck, she was right here. Oh, there you are. Okay.
I mean, it was a less creepy exchange between weapon for wife than Sondor's.
You're not wrong. That's
a low bar.
Yeah.
I was gonna say bar is underground for that one, my boy.
I do like the idea though that you're like, all right, I leave.
My sibling
I find
in Christ.
the first person I can. I hit him over the head with the club and I drag them back.
I put a name tag on them that says, "Hello, my name is wife."
Yep.
And that is why the no violence rule is there at the beginning of the market laws. Because they're trying to reduce that. Meanwhile, Liz.
Yeah. Well, I was also trying to replicate a trap that I saw. I don't know.
Oh, your plans replicate traps. I like that. I like that idea.
It trapped a fae in the real world in a time loop.
Oh,
It wasn't
well.
in the real. It was in the hedge.
It wasn't the hedge. Never mind. Yeah, say hedge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. That sort of thing's impossible.
Not. It happened.
It's impossible under most circumstances. It would require very specific situational criteria. But that's my plan, not your plan. So tell me your plan. I'll see what it's worth.
Well, you need bait
Mhm.
first. And I was hoping to get them to stumble into the same place. That was a very
As?
bad idea, though. As the one already trapped there.
You lost me somewhere along the line.
There's already someone trapped in the trap.
Okay. So you've got a packed trap and you want to shove somebody else in it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Turning a trap into a jail cell.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know what they say about putting prisoners in jail cells.
No.
Two can escape easier than one can.
Very good point.
Only if it's the same chance. I could mirror it. Wait, hang on.
Now, mirrors are interesting. Mirrors are reflections. Reflections sometimes lead to other places.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, here I thought that was kind
Do
of
you know
interesting.
where I can buy a very large mirror?
Yes. They point you off in a direction.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Paige, you
Yes.
come down around the area and you give me a wits and composure as you start making your way down the lane that was indicated as likely being the location of the Wrong Brothers.
Fun.
You hear the recognizable sound of a small engine running.
Yep.
And as you come down the way, you can hear the voice that you haven't heard in quite a while of your inventor friend. Seems to be yelling something. Can't really make out the exact phrasing. But Wilhelm is definitely shouting something at someone.
She'll round the corner, see what's going on.
Wilhelm and Oswald are both hard at work on the dominant feature of this mechanism is a massive turbine fan in a big cage. And Wilhelm is banging on it with a wrench. As you see that it's attached with kind of an L joint to a shallow kind of skiff body with a little bit of a rudder at the back. The boys have gotten their hands on an airboat somehow.
I love these.
No, I have been telling you it is to change the factor of the fluid dynamics of the atmosphere around, and then you increase your speed as you travel through the various terrains, especially if there is shallow waters involved.
Ah, Wilhelm, Oswald. It's only been months, but it feels like it's been years.
Oh, look who it is! We have heard you have become unroyal. And
By
Oswald
some
just kind of
people's-
grunts and points over your head as
I
if he
love
can
these guys.
see the crown.
By some people's reckoning, aye.
Well, let us offer our heartfelt congratulations.
I'll take your condolences.
We have those, but those are extra. So, how is your house in Big Tree?
The house is doing just fine,
That
actually.
is good.
How have you been?
Is the little scampery one still growing all of the herbs and plants outside?
As far as I know, aye.
We mean to get back to the workshop at some point, but we have not gotten that far inland yet.
How have you lot been? It's been months.
It has been grand. We spent some time in Flowerland, which was very impressive.
Flowerland.
Yes, it's called Florida.
Ah. I suppose it depends on where you go there.
Well, there are lots of flowers that eat the bugs, which is very helpful.
Ah, very nice. What is it that you're hammering together here?
Well, we have taken this from the real side. We did a little sneak over and thievery, like we are wont to do. This is the only logical way to get good souvenirs from where you are vacationing.
Fair enough.
And we ran away with this thing, and we have driven it back up through the hedge until we have gotten back to our summer dwellings.
You drove this thing through the hedge for an extended period.
There's a Oswald just kind of yes, well, I'd say drove. Oswald pushed it most of the way.
I was about to say, if you'd figured out how to get combustion engines to run reliably in the hedge, I'd have to pay you for that idea.
Well, I have heard of some very promising potential pursuits on such things. The combustion engine, as you call it, we call it the vehicle to driver. It's something that runs on the liquids that are able to be burnt, and there are certain plants that in these what they call the liquid fluid. This is the biofuel that we are trying to learn how to create in our workshops.
Let me know if you ever figure that one out, because I will want to get in on that.
Well, maybe we make special royal contract with you.
I would be amenable to that.
This is good. And all we will need is lots of experimentation products and specimens from the city of Baltimore.
I think we could provide some good samples of biofuels and the like.
No, I mean people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you heard specimens, did you not think
Yeah.
people? Because I thought people.
It's important. You must have people involved in the process. Otherwise, it's just engineering. Otherwise, we do not have things like you lot flying the Fluttermarschen.
Do you need volunteers for experiments or more test subjects?
Yes. Yeah.
Both. All right, fair. It'll be easier to find you volunteers than test subjects.
Well, we will come up to some sort of agreement with proper numbers.
Yeah. We'll work something out, but that's for the future.
I am thinking we put some blunderbuss on the front of this thing, and then it will move and shoot at the same time.
I was actually thinking about that myself, the potential applications for combat vehicles within the hedge.
Well, it works very well on the water. It does not work very well on the thickets. So we will have to have different models for different, as they say, war theaters.
We tried tracks and wheels. I'm not sure how well those work within the thickets of the hedge.
We will have to do some drawings and take a look at maybe some schematics, and we maybe can tracks and wheels something together.
Fair enough. Oh, keep me in touch. At the moment, I've got a war to fight.
Well, this is something that every war commander needs. And he reaches a hand into a pocket and just holds out a sand dollar to you.
May I ask what that is?
That is an insignia from the king of the sea himself. And that is how you prove that you are a holder of what is Oswald. Yes, naval supremacy, just like Oswald said.
You're just offering that to me.
Is only good manners when one goes on visit to bring back souvenirs for one's closest friends.
Ah, I'm touched, Wilhelm.
Plus, then you will owe me a favor later.
Comparable and reasonable.
Yes, of course, we will make good, reasonable, equitable sort of promises for alliance with the Queen.
Fair enough.
At which point, you hear somebody break into a song across the street with the same lyrics that Barnaby had brought back with their report from the market, which I will put again in the chat for anybody who might have forgotten. Market day, market day. The lords of the thorns are riding this way. Their spurs are bright, their mounts are light, their prey will be safe in their castles tonight. Market day, market day. The lords of the thorns have ridden away. If they capture you, then none can say how long in their care you are doomed to stay. And that's where we're going to take a break.
All right. We're on break because nobody says a thing.
Awesome.
Look, all I'm saying is maybe we should think a little while before we go all in with the people on the German accents carrying around insignias of naval supremacy who want people to do science on.
That's why Phage is not offering anything concrete.
I was about to say, are you sure they're not the Mengele brothers?
I'm not sure.
Don't worry. If I'm putting Nazis in my campaign, they will be very clearly flagged as such, so you can punch them in the face at minimum.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Still.
No, the wrong brothers are your non-Nazi flavored mad scientists.
I mean, you did put a core part of Nazism in their name.
Wrong. Yes, it's true. Yeah. But that was a different pun.
Fair.
That was the Wright brothers joke.
Yes.
Oh, I love the Wrong brothers. They're great.
We're back.
A
Hey,
dinosaur
we're back.
story.
Nope, we're just back.
Too late. I said it.
There are no dinosaurs.
I just said it.
Not,
They're all dead.
not here.
I don't know. The Macaulay are still around.
Macaulay aren't dinosaurs. Macaulay are were lizards. If you're
Listen,
trying to make the
we're-
argument that a were lizard is exactly the same thing as a dinosaur, you're going to have to explain to me why everybody was like, oh, the North American wolf is endangered when there's all these guru running around.
Listen,
To
we're
be
in the hedge.
fair,
It's a land
the
before time.
Guru are also endangered in the world of darkness.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that
They're
doesn't
very
change
much an
anything.
endangered
The
species.
Guru are also endangered. And also, I'm just saying that the art in the Werewolf 20 book for the Macaulay is a Triceratops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but a
sure
werewolf
looks like
is not a
one.
wolf. You can have wolven origins. But anyway, before we get into the vagaries and
The scientific classification
Vacation,
of
right, yep.
supernatural creatures.
Homo superlupinus.
Something,
Yes,
something.
I emphasized it that
cryptozoology.
way on purpose. Thank you very much. But yes, we return to the Killian Goblin Market in Baltimore, where you guys are wrapping up your business. Yeah, Liz, you find a place that's selling all sizes of mirrors.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Some of them are even just mirrors.
What are the other ones?
Oh, they're the ones that like, hey, this mirror shows your reflection, but only as you most want it to be. There are
Oh.
ones who are like, oh, this mirror shows your reflection, and then siphons the glamour out of you and stores it. There are ones who are like, this mirror shows you your reflection, except it's not yours. It's as you were either 10 years ago or 20 years in the future, so that you know when you're 20 years away from your probable death. You know, things like that.
This one just
Oh.
screams.
This one shows a reflection. Never yours, but it definitely shows one.
Okay.
We call it screamy.
I've definitely gotten stuck. I am wandering through this place. I am stopping at all of them.
Where does her doppelganger rank on her list of greatest fears currently?
It's at the top. I think it's actually
Good. You see at
before.
least one mirror that definitely shows you your doppelganger reflection.
Okay.
And then there's a tag on it that says, shows you the reflection of your greatest fear.
Okay. All right.
And it does the tilt and the grin and the hand goes up against the glass.
Yep. Okay.
And you know what would happen if you just reach out and touch it.
Yep. Okay.
Y'all, you let Liz walk around by themselves.
Honestly, I'm surprised at the number of you that are just walking around by yourselves. I think it's literally all of you.
Uh-huh.
No, I specifically said Alana was sticking close to somebody in our group.
Somebody in your group could be anybody.
intended to have
True.
Butterfly with me,
Oh,
but I
okay.
didn't say it. She might
No,
have
she'll
wandered off.
she'll stick with you. Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
She's got a lollipop from somewhere.
Okay.
She's also missing part of her hair.
All right. That's
We love Liz, we love Butterfly, but that's not much better.
yeah.
Hey, Lark is with Barnaby. She's been with him this whole time.
Welcome to Jack Gregory's Games, where being with an NPC is the same as being alone.
Being alone.
Okay. Liz has forgotten all of her plans. And is going to try and find the proprietor. Just sort of, I would like to generally turn that mirror away. I don't know how they're arranged.
Yes, over
If I
here.
could- Hi, I have a
You're
question.
talking to a reflection in a mirror.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Space to let.
No, thank you.
Well, I mean, from your perspective, it's going to be you're buying a mirror, but zoom, jumps out of that one and into the next one. I just sort of walk around.
Wow. How do you do that?
They're called the mirror lands for a reason, you know, young lady.
Oh,
if that's the right
yes.
noun. Mm.
Yeah. Um, do you do sale? Do
I
you
certainly
buy?
do. I can. Yes, there's purchase and trade available. 100%.
I would like to sell my reflection.
Oh, interesting. Well, and I could give you a mirror for your reflection. Absolutely.
Okay.
Only your real reflection, unfortunately.
Honestly, that's better because it means if you see your reflection, you should go away from it.
Is this one real? She'll tilt the mirror with that shows her evil reflection.
Oh, yes, that's quite a real mirror there. Shows you your greatest fear. I stay out of that one most of the time because, of course, you can see I'm inside the mirror. And so even if it's just an image, not a huge fan of confronting that one directly unless I've had at least a few more glasses.
Okay. Yeah.
Alcohol, it's great for courage.
I don't like the taste.
That is your problem.
What other kinds of mirrors do you have?
Well, I've got a rather nice 2-bedroom. It's got only 1.5 baths, unfortunately, and
I
that's
don't
on
want to
my
live
side.
inside of a mirror.
All right. Would you like a mirror that just is a mirror?
No.
Would you like a mirror that turns your hair orange?
No, I know how to do that.
Good for you. Always admire
Sometimes
a
even on
self-made
purpose.
woman in this economy.
Do you have a mirror? They're going to be trapped. Do you have a mirror that can protect someone?
Interesting. I've got a few better built ones. Are you talking sort of mirror that protects people how? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, morally, ethically, geographically?
How do you geographically protect someone?
How geographically?
Oh, it's like making them a national park.
I would be concerned.
National park in this case is a metaphor. You sort of cut them off from most things.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. I'm talking about someone who has. I want to protect the queen.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see. We've got the inimicable viewer. Come over here. Come over here. And he starts walking through the.
Yeah,
we'll
follow.
All right. He sort of pokes his head in. Now, if you stand over there so you can see yourself, and as you do so, you step in, and you can see some murky forms moving behind you. Now, this one is a bit of a well, if you see, and he sort of reaches back like he's reaching for something that he can't quite. It's like watching a weatherman who's trying to gesture to things on a green screen, but make sure he's checking his own reference on the actual projected screen because he can't see what he's actually pointing at behind him in real space. If you look here, these are all the things that want to kill you. or harm you or bring doom or whatever sort of abstract dangers you might be exposed to. And as things get more dangerous for you, they start to glow brighter.
Oh,
So if you walk in and look at your reflection and everything is very murky, faded, blah, 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 you know, currently relatively safe day. Now, if you step in and suddenly there's a silhouette of something, they don't get particularly clear or defined. But the more things are glowing, the more close you are to the more dangers, effectively. And sometimes that's spatially, sometimes that's temporally, but basically, things are getting more dangerous the more the background glows.
Lark is already doing that. I'm fine. I don't need that one.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
that's the best thing I can think of as far as protection goes.
Okay, that's
Knowing
all right.
is half the battle, you know, as Mr. Joseph says.
Okay, sure, if you say so. Um,
Now, if you're looking for things that can more just physically protect people, I know that there's a few people that sell armor down, hops down 2 mirrors. That way,
do you know if any of them want your mirrors? I
as
could
far
do a
as that
trade of a trade.
Oh, well, oh, I see. Is this one of those things where you buy something and then you try and trade it up
Yes.
for slightly increased value, and then you make your way around the market and you've gone from a paperclip to having, you know, an aristocratic title?
I don't want a title, but yes.
Right. Well, I could certainly sell you the danger mirror for your reflection, and then you can see if they're willing to. At the end of the day, if they don't want it, then at least you have a danger mirror. It works for everybody, you know.
Oh, do you have a mirror that can just duplicate things?
No. Well, I mean, every mirror to an extent duplicates things, but the duplicate stays in Mirrorland.
Okay. All right.
That's sort of one of, you know, Bilkis's levels of first law of reflective something or other.
Oh,
Is that an actual thing, or is that?
You're not there.
Oh, no, not. I'm certainly not. I'm asking you, the storyteller.
Yeah, it's an actual thing that I just made up right now.
Okay, cool.
I'll take the danger mirror then.
All right, and I'll take your real reflection then. Splendid, wonderful, excellent. There may be a slight adjustment period, and this might pinch a little bit. Roll me stamina and composure.
Okay.
From now on, you know that if you see your reflection, run.
Yep. 2 successes.
There is an immense twisting rip, and you hear Butterfly. All right, fantastic. Well, have a lovely rest of your day. And feel free to take the mirror with you.
Grabs it. Turns.
Give me a wits and composure.
Yep.
So as you turn to go, your reflection in the mirror doesn't move. And then it moves on its own accord. And you see the proprietor tip his hat and reach out and shake hands and have a conversation on the other side of the mirror that you can't hear. Seems to be introducing himself to somebody.
Yeah.
You.
Okay.
All right. You have a danger mirror. You can just put danger mirror in your
Okay.
inventory or whatever.
Quick question on that danger mirror. When I
Mhm.
look into it, because I don't have a reflection anymore, does it still show a danger for me?
Doesn't work for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, you look in and there's no reflection and just some wibbly bits.
Yep. I am going to go try and find Phage.
Okay. Lark, you've been looking around. And the closest thing you find, go ahead and give me a wits and investigation.
Zero.
The closest thing you find is honestly like a Lucy from Peanuts sort of thing that just says counseling. And there's a little booth there. And like a slightly assay looking hobgoblin with her elbows on the counter, just kind of staring into the middle distance.
Yeah, no, she's good on that.
Okay, just walk right past.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We don't want to actually resolve the issue. We just want it to
Oh,
go
yeah.
away.
Yes, exactly.
For sure.
Could all use counseling.
No, like
Why would we want to handle this in a healthy manner? We're changelings.
All right.
Is that booth just completely getting zero business because no one wants counseling?
Zero business right now, apparently.
But damn it, they got their degree and they are gonna use it.
Liz, you and Butterfly, who has actually let me make a roll for her. Oops, not that many. Who has lost the other half of her hair and now has a scorpion.
Okay.
The automatic weapon.
Don't know what that is.
Ugh.
But that's exciting.
I'll provide a Wikipedia article for anybody
Okay.
who needs it.
I am fully familiar with Scorpion, yes. The Russian equivalent of an Uzi.
Yeah, it's
excellent.
it's a
Okay.
Czechoslovakian machine pistol. Yeah. Mhm.
Alrighty then.
I would have been equally unsurprised if it had been that or just a
Or
scorpion.
just the animal, right? Yeah, just the arthropod. Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
picturing like a little scorpion on her head.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was
No.
picturing her crating it like a child.
I was
Sort of a
I was
large-
picturing it being horse-sized and her riding it.
Well, I guess strictly speaking, Russian equivalent of an Uzi isn't quite accurate. It's more the Russian equivalent of a Mac 10.
Yeah, probably more. Yeah, but regardless, she has one of
Right.
these now. Mhm.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Mm.
We've all made good decisions here.
Yep. Mhm.
Not a single one.
where were we headed? What's happening now?
You said you were looking for
Before
Phage, right? Mhm.
Yes.
And then you find Phage, who is working her way, I think, back sort of towards the entrance,
Yes.
having garnered a sand dollar for a for a tiny little favor from the wrongs.
Small sand dollar for small favor.
Right, exactly.
We'll
Sand
hold
dollar size favor.
out this large mirror towards you.
Yeah, it's like it's about 2 feet by 3.5. Definitely meant to be like hung on a wall.
Yeah.
What are the glowing bits in the mirror that I assume are glowing very brightly right now?
Fairly.
This is the danger mirror. It's for you. Happy birthday.
I greatly appreciate the thought, even though my birthday's a ways off.
When's your birthday?
December.
Okay,
Late
I missed
birthday.
I missed it last time. This is happy late birthday. It's for you.
Appreciate you.
It's a danger mirror. You could trade it, they said, to the armorers might want it.
Honestly, just having it around might be useful. So these glowing lights are danger, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it'll get clearer when
Some of they're blurry silhouettes. Some of them look humanoid. Some of them look animalian. Some of them just look abstract. Yes, and about 3 of them are glowing brighter than the rest. Nothing is like full on Luxor, but it's
Good. Good to know. Good to know there's danger near. Honestly, legitimately very good.
I don't know if Lark's thing can kind of do that already.
Not yet. Where that's sort of what we're here to put in motion, and having redundancy always helps.
Lark and Barnaby, I'll say, come around the corner around this time. Barnaby's got a full-on Briarwolf pelt over one arm, couple of smaller boxes, and then an ammo can that rattles.
You find your nails.
Couple dozen decent ones in here.
Paige, I found a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
A scythe.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, what was the description of the scythe?
Cut the toes off the coal marquee.
The cut the toes off the gold marquee.
Okay.
It might come in handy against a
I don't
Juve.
doubt that if it's done something similar.
But the price is very high, which is why I was mentioning it to you.
What's the price?
The fox selling it wants a wife.
Uh-huh. I've heard of weirder stories. Do we know anyone who's looking to shack up with a fox?
I don't think so.
Give me an intelligence and streetwise.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's see if I know anybody. Nope, I don't.
3 successes.
I mean, you don't know that much about them, and you know that there is some variance, and not everybody looks at it this sort of way, but you do know there's a furry community in Baltimore.
I mean, I was gonna say, give it about 5 years, and there's gonna be a really, really annoying fucker in Knoxville.
I can't really think of anyone aside from stealing someone from a furry community.
There are so many implications with that. But I mean, good to keep that in mind, I guess. If we find someone who is looking for a spouse in the hedge, I don't know.
Someone beautiful and talented, he said.
Oh, and you're telling me that you didn't feel like immediately eloping with a fox?
She just looks at Barnaby for a second. No, I'm good.
That's gratifying. That makes me feel nice.
This seems appropriate. What about beautiful and talented? As Alana walks up.
Hey, Alana, do you want to be a child bride to a fox?
She will just sort of narrow her eyes.
Yes, we know you're a grown person. It's more the power dynamic involved of giving somebody away to be married.
Not on my bucket list. Sorry.
Well, never know till you ask, I guess.
Hold on, male or female?
Male.
Oh, yep, definitely
Wait.
off the table.
Was it male or female?
Give me a wits and empathy.
I thought male, but I'm not 1,000%.
Yeah, no, they just asked for a wife. So that only gives some implications as to the likely gender expression of the intended spouse.
3 successes.
Impossible to tell.
Oh, impossible to tell.
Did they specify that the wife needed to be alive?
Fuck.
So I've got this friend Adele. She's come down with a little case of being dead, but we can
She'll
just
get
do the
better.
paperwork and it'll be fun.
There's a lot of ghosts in Adele's house, so I don't know if any of them are lonely.
Legitimately speaking, the way these deals work is very like letter of your bond kind of thing. So that might actually be an option, depending. I don't know.
I legit thought you were just gonna walk out of the hedge, find
somebody.
someone hot, murder them, and drag their body back into the hedge.
She was beautiful. She was talented. She's all yours. To quote one of my current favorite musicals, "We think she's in hell. How do you know? Well, she's bisexual and dead. Where else would she be?"
Yeah.
It's one of the best lines.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go ask them if you are interested
No,
in
no.
figuring it out. No, she's saying to Liz, and figuring out if, they need to be alive.
Okay. Which direction?
Okay. Lark will take Liz over there.
All right.
Oh, boy.
For ease of informational distribution, let's say, you find out that dead is negotiable. They'll marry a ghost if she's beautiful and talented and they get along well.
Okay. What if I made you a wife?
Interesting.
We're just gonna go Galatea on this.
No, full on fucking Victor Frankenstein. Because that works out so well with the bride.
Will she be a good conversationalist and talented?
I'll do my best.
Once you have a candidate, you can bring her over and they'll discuss.
Bride literally took one look at the monster and was like, we should both be dead rather than that.
I mean, we need to evaluate how badly we need this weapon list.
Oh. Was I
mean,
like
not... if it's possible, it's worth looking into. Like,
I thought we needed supplies here. It sounds like it would be a very good weapon.
If we can find them a wife, then yes.
You hear a bell beginning to ring.
Let's find the least disturbing instance of a wife that we can possibly manage.
What's that bell mean?
It's closing. The market's closing.
It's actually midday, midpoint.
Oh, it's midday. Noon.
The Masonic starts playing.
I just got worried because I heard the singing earlier.
The what?
Yeah.
I'm just singing the Market Day song that Barnaby dug up.
Yep. Still making the rounds. Yeah, anybody who wants to can give me a retroactive wits and composure to see if you stumbled across anybody singing while you were here at the market.
Sure. Ace.
Yep, you caught a few strains. Lark, you definitely picked up on it. Okay. Absolutely.
I don't remember the context of this song. When did it come up before?
When you guys were initially starting to get the vibe that there was a true fae at work in the city, Barnaby mentioned having overheard this song at the Goblin Market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't like it.
I can't be much later. I
Right.
have
Well,
appointments.
okay. Then
Well-
let's.
I have one last stop. I need to speak with the plan seller just to see if there's a possibility they have something useful.
Okay. They were close to the exit, from what I recall, so we can just head that way and make a few final stops.
I talked to them before. I have bad plans. I can sell them.
I think I'm gonna want dangerous plans from them, so
Okay.
if they have them. So let's find out.
It'll also depend if they take them wholesale or they're just buying copies.
Fair.
Right. Well, let's see what they've got then.
Head over to the plan seller.
Butterfly's just checking her gun over. You can see that the clip is about half full.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And
Summer
you guys are
probably has replacements for that. Akaji knows people there.
where did she get a gun?
Apparently, wherever she sold the other half of her hair.
I've chosen not to ask questions at this point.
Pretty wild in here, huh, Lana?
I am a little overwhelmed. I'm going to be honest.
Let's get you back home then, as soon as we can then. All right, let's go. And Barnaby's kind of using his body to sort of try and shield Alana a bit as you make your way back towards the entrance. Still got
everything you needed.
plans, selling plans. Get your
Did you find
plans
everything you
here.
needed, by the way? She asks Barnaby.
What was it?
Did you find everything you needed, by the way?
I think we do, yes.
All right. Plan seller. I'm going into battle and I need only your finest plans.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know what battle you got planned, but if you need more plans for your planned battle, we've got plans for your battle plans.
I'm
you're
specifically
looking for
wondering
battle
if you.
plans.
I'm wondering if you might have my enemy's plans.
That's always a dicey one. Well, there is a chance. Who's your enemy?
The Queen of Ogian.
You see his face blanch a bit. Well, that's a choice. You know, you've heard the songs, right?
I have.
Because there are certain people. Keep my name out of anything that I may or may not have.
Absolutely.
Cool. Let me look in the back. And he scampers away. You see this very small figure turn a corner, and then that compound eye on an eye stalk just comes back out and stares at you while he's still out of sight. And let me roll and see just how much he has.
Anybody else getting the feeling that we're getting sold out while we stand here?
Problem is,
And then
she already knows where we are.
the eyeball doesn't move, but the rest of the body catches up and it slurps back into its socket. Hey. All right. Stock on Ogian is a little limited. We have one. What are you offering in trade?
Well, my companion has several plans that she might want to offload. I've got.
She's mentioned, if they're the same ones she mentioned, those are barely going to scratch the surface.
I've also got a token of my own that could be valuable in most situations where one is dealing with any form of currency. I've also got glamour to offer and potentially favors, depending.
How much of what? So what are you offering this individual?
She'll flip the murmuring coin onto the table.
Okay. Got ourselves a token then.
Because I have used it once.
Mm-hmm. What are you offering as far as glamour goes?
I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6 glamour that I can spend.
Okay. Is anybody else offering anything for this as well?
Would you like a portent of your future? It's gonna peer up over the counter.
How far in the future?
I don't know if I can predict that, but I can tell you what the next worst thing is going to happen in your entire life.
Oh, okay. That'd be worth something. Sure. We can add that in. Barnaby leans over to Lark. Let me ask him a question and taps his notebook. This is a plan for creating something of lasting significance. This might be pretty valuable.
Okay.
Do you just need a copy of the plan, or do you remove the plan from our use? And he needs to make a roll as he tries to ask a leading question.
Yes.
Come on, Barnaby. Don't fail us now. And oh, he's pretty good at this. And he'll throw a willpower on just for good measure. Give himself a +3. God damn.
Well, you still got a success.
Still got a success. This little half bug critter glares back up at Barnaby, apparently only slightly on the back foot from the massive Goatman intimidation presence. We'll take a copy. You can still have the original. He'll look at Lark like, do we go for it?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll quickly scribble something down on the paper, pull it out, slap it down, slide it across the counter. Go ahead and give me, let's see. Liz, go ahead and give me a manipulation and call it persuasion.
Okay. I am.
You can spend willpower if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like to because I am bad at persuasion. I don't have any, and that means I get something. Hang
A
on,
minus
what's
one.
it again? No, I get -2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
you're
I'll
life.
spend willpower though.
Okay.
To make that just plus one.
+1. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I'd have to do +2 because it automatically does.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it'll
Yes.
automatically do the -1, yeah.
A success.
Okay. Phage, go ahead and give me a presence and persuasion +2 with the assistance you got from Barnaby's offer and
Can I
Lys's
also
offer.
put a willpower into it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. It's a +5 total.
+5. Nice.
Fucker!
Oh.
Hate!
Well, the good news is that was only to see if you could reduce the amount of glamour he was going to take from you. But he wants,
Okay.
so he'll want all 6 glamour and everything else that's the murmuring coin, Lys's foretelling, and the whispering of the chorister. So yeah, wants all of it.
All right. Well,
And you can see he's holding a small, it's like a 3x5 card. Through the back, you can see there's something like written on it in Sharpie.
I will go fill up on glamour once I get out of here then.
Okay. So all of that is transferred. Okay. Well, this is everything we have on the Queen of Ogin's local work. And he just hands you a 3x5 card with 4 lines on it. The ritual falls where ravens gather on spring's first fullest orb. Ogian's army of one descends to claim the city for her ends.
That just gave us a lot more than we had, and I appreciate the trade.
Sorry I couldn't catch you a better deal, but you know the economy these days.
Oh, I do.
My name is out of it,
I
remember.
don't even know your name.
Man, I'm good at my job. Bye!
Bye.
All right. And you guys exit the market. Potentially richer than you found it.
Legitimately, yes, having a rough date and location, very good.
Exiting, you all find those memories surge back in to your minds.
Good taste of rotisserie chicken.
That's weird.
My tongue is saying things.
Right, she gave up taste entirely for the duration.
How did I do this?
Please tell me that that's not metaphorically saying things, and that internally her tongue is actually saying things and is not happy.
What
at
the
all.
fuck did you do? You need to ask me before you give up that shit. Well, I didn't have
Where the fuck
anything,
were you?
right? What the- And then she kind of, I mean, anybody who wants to can give me a wits and empathy.
Yeah.
I want to, I do.
So Liz, all 4 of you notice, you know that thing where like a kid won't ask permission, but they'll like start to do something while looking around to see if anybody's going to stop them?
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly just very slowly and deliberately starts to work the slide of the pistol.
Do not shoot that outside.
Okay. So, one successful trip to the market concluded, more information gathered, certain items acquired or their existence made known. And we now have about a 3 or 4 day time skip before the next important event, a certain concert up in Reisterstown, where something is going to happen. But in the meantime, over that time skip, people can do stuff if they want. Julia?
Alana's going to ask the entire motley if they want to go, and Lark and I will secure tickets, meaning the Lark will buy tickets, and
Right.
Alana will just bat her eyelashes at her.
And used to
And
having a sugar mama.
no, I'm not. It's great. Then combat training with War Dancer.
Okay. Anything for Liz over that period?
Would like to try and get glamour.
Okay. Megan.
Hold on a sec.
Go
Okay.
to someone else.
Phage.
I also need to get glamour now that I've spent
Okay.
all of the glamour that I had, but also she was just gonna
Alright.
check on progress on the iron stuff and see if any workable equipment shows up over the course of those days.
Okay. Lark.
For the first time this season, I need glamour.
Okay. Megan.
Hold on, I'm checking something on my sheet really quick to see if I'm doing one of them kind of would have started like while this was the market thing was happening after done cleaning up potential evidence,
Right.
and making my home not look like
A safe house for a murderer.
Right. And it doesn't have to be played out, but Megan would be I believe that's who her ally is. Let me check this just to make sure.
Sure.
Yes. Colleen her agent.
Okay.
And because the normal ways we did to try and find out information on this person didn't work, and most of it's not a direct correlation, but maybe contacts upon contacts or something.
Mm-hmm.
We want to find out everything we can about a band girl.
Okay. About Adelaide.
Yes.
And see what's what. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to say your agent probably has a dice pool of 6 for this.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Your agent is able to determine that there's plenty of information on the band. You know, it's not hard to book them. It's not hard to find out where they've performed previously and stuff like that. Personal information on the band members, anybody official. It's also it's easy to figure out information on the people they've like subcontracted with, like the dancers they hire and things like that. Everything's there. Of the about 5 or 6 people who are the band proper, of which Adelaide is one, almost nothing beyond their agency representation is publicly available. And there is only one address that they can find that's used for like contacting the band outside of agency and booking and stuff, which is a post office box at a UPS store in Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
Is that a UPS store you've been at?
No. No, this is the one. This is the one that used to exist up on Division Street. It doesn't exist anymore. They sold it.
Legit, fair. So
in the real world, I should say.
Right. They're here in 3 days. What is their date just before that?
Their date just before that is in Cincinnati.
And how many days away is that?
From like a drive? Or
Oh,
they're just previous performance, like, right. They're performing there this weekend. So tomorrow, effectively, when you're asking this, probably.
Okay, tomorrow, and then they're 2 days.
And then it's 2 days, and then the following, and then on Wednesday, they're here in Reisterstown. Yep.
This is probably a no, but can he find out where their hotel is booked when they're here and when they're getting in?
They will do their best and see what they can find. Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I ask.
Nope.
If it pans out, great. If not, not. If you do find out information, let me know the second you do.
Okay, can do.
And then for the 3 days, if I don't hear anything back from that, then I also am in very drastic need of glamour, which I have. Just making sure. Yes, 0.
Okay. So we'll start with the glamour rolls then.
How many days did you say there are?
About 3 or 4.
If there are 4,
rough time scale.
Rough time. If my willpower, assuming we rest on those days, if my willpower doesn't change on my current bar, can I give all 4 of us a blessing?
Yeah, sure. I'm cool with that. All right. So we'll start with Liz, since you're pretty much always just harvesting dreams anyway.
Yep.
Manipulation and empathy and harvest dice.
All right.
And an automatic how many successes?
4.
4 and then plus 4 to however many successes you get. That's how much glamour you get.
Awesome. Perfect.
What activity will Lark be utilizing to try and evoke emotional reactions from mortals to get glamour?
She'll see if she can get a gig.
Okay, sounds good.
From
So
her agent.
4 glamour for Lark, or for Liz, I should say. Go ahead. You got your expression back. So presence and expression. Does Lark have any dots in Harvest? It'd be under your
Where would
merits.
that be? Under my merits? No.
Okay. So yeah, you can spend willpower if you want. And then you get an automatic 4 successes on this as well.
2
Okay.
successes.
So 6 glamour total for
Okay.
Lark. What's Megan doing to get glamour?
How many raves, nightclubs, parties, anything of any range of that can you go to in 72 hours? We're gonna
it's
find out.
one roll, but you can go
Yes.
into as many of those as you want. Sure, we'll wrap several days into a roll. But yeah, okay. Go ahead. I'm going to say stamina and socialize. I feel is
I'll
the
take
most
that.
appropriate dice pool. You can spend willpower. Do you have any dots in Harvest?
I do not have darts in Harvest.
Okay. And then
And
you
we
get
would
an
have
extra.
gotten it's 3 days, 3 willpower back.
Yep. mhm.
Okay.
I'm getting no willpower
I will
back because I'm
spend one
spending it on giving
willpower.
all of you boosts.
Yep. mhm.
I'll take that.
9 glamour. Does that put you
Nice.
over?
No.
Oh no, wait, no.
My weird is 3.
Your weird is 3. You've got cap. Yep. And Phage, are you doing your usual
Yes.
bar hopping temptation blibbity blab?
Yes.
All right.
I protested it being called a blibbity blab, but yes.
That was more shortcut for me than for anything descriptive of Phage's activities. But regardless, manipulation and expression, specialties and harvest dots apply. You can spend, if you have any remaining budgetable willpower, on that as well.
Lark gave Alana a credit card and never asked for it back.
Yeah.
So that's gonna go back to her at some point.
Holly, that reaction.
It's
All
fine.
right.
It's Alana. It's not Liz.
That's
Wow.
also
Seven
Wow, I
glamour
see how
for
it is.
Phage.
I end
Excellent.
up with 1 glamour more than I had previously.
Okay.
I mean, in fairness, Mara, do you disagree?
Net gains.
No, I don't.
And Alana, you head down to Fort McHenry, to the summer outbuilding that serves as the entrance to their stronghold and hollow in the hedge for some combat training with War Dancer. Go ahead and roll me dexterity and brawl.
Okay, I can do that.
Or wait, do you have the fighting finesse merit? I can't remember. That lets you use dex rather than strength.
I do not, and I really should, so I know what
Okay.
I'm buying after this session.
No worries. Maybe this is where you realize you're rolling strength and brawl. Excuse me.
Strength and brawl. I assume my brawl specialty will apply.
Yes. Yeah, you get an extra die for that.
3 successes.
You put out a pretty decent display. War Dancer runs you through a series of various scenarios, usually facing off against her. Sometimes she pulls in 1 or more summer courtiers and has them go up against you in various means and methodologies. And then go ahead and roll strength and weaponry as well.
0 successes on this one.
Right. You give it your best shot, but you realize that your skill with actual weapons rather than just your fists and body significantly less than that with your ability to just hand to hand. And War Dancer kind of makes a few comments of, yeah, we're definitely going to have to help you out with that sort of thing, but not too bad. You've got a good command of your basic martial arts, so that shouldn't fail you in the midst of things.
I'm rusty
but
for sure.
That's why we do what we do here as far as this side of things is concerned. What else are you thinking about? What do you want to work on? Because just saying, I want to be better with weapons is a very broad and will take the entire rest of your life, and you still won't get all of it.
Well, I'm going to assume the traditional style of weapons is off the table.
What do you mean, traditional style? Are you talking historical tradition, or are you talking shooting somebody from a very long way away with a gun?
I was talking like the traditional kung fu weapons.
No, we've got those.
I just meant like on the daily.
I mean, if you want to come down here every day.
This might just be my inner child speaking here, but tiger hook swords.
Hey, let me show you. And she goes over to a cabinet, pulls them out. Let me make a roll for her. Hey, I actually remembered what motley she was in.
I love how tiger hook swords is your inner child coming out. Watch too much Avatar.
No such thing. Alrighty, and she's got. Oh yeah.
I'm going to ignore the fact that Avatar and inner child among us is being referenced in the same.
She goes through just some very basic forms. A little slower, you think, kind of with the intent of, let me do something that she can watch. And you can see she's having to actively pace herself down and think through moves that she usually just does muscle memory wise, which makes them look a little awkward to an extent. But eventually she finds her rhythm and is just, here's what we've got.
I also wouldn't mind being taught how to shoot a gun properly.
Handgun, long arms, automatic.
Handgun.
Good place to start. We've got a range down here. Do you have? Does Alana have any dots on firearms?
I don't believe so. No, she does not. She has 0 dots in firearms.
You are taught the parts of a firearm and given an unloaded gun and taught how to hold it and taught concepts like breath control and stuff like that. And there is no actual shooting that happens today.
That's fair. I've been through that class.
Yep. But yeah, the majority of the instruction you get is all things about like keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction and always treat every gun as it was loaded. And if you find one that you don't recognize, don't just pick it up and mess with it. Talk to somebody and have somebody else present, and yeah, all the sorts of things that you cover in a very basic firearms class before you actually give somebody something with a bullet in it.
In fairness, I'm pretty sure all of that kind of stuff was gone through already.
Yeah.
Like there was already.
Yeah, no, Megan had definitely gone over some stuff. War Dancer is just not aware of what she's gone through yet.
Right.
And so is starting at baseline fucking 0. But yes, a number of this, a good amount of this is review for Alana based on things that Megan has already talked about and stuff. But yeah. And then War Dancer says, now I'm going to demonstrate a couple of the things that I talked to you about. Gives you some earplugs, and shows you a few things, setting up some paper targets downrange, and probably a grand total of 5 rounds are fired during Alana's introductory summer course to firearm use and safety. Partway through, let's see, who would it be? Where is he? one of the summer members, Omicron Green, comes in, who is a member of her motley, is like, hey, War Dancer, pulls out an AK-47 and just starts doing burst firing downrange. She kind of rolls her eyes. Eventually, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you're very competent hand-to-hand. Rest of the stuff we'll work on. And we will get you up and running in, comparatively speaking, no time.
Okay.
Don't try and rush this, though. This is something that develops over a course of a lot of slow, repetitive practice. Okay?
I'm very familiar with the concept.
Good. Gotta walk before you can run. Okay. Any questions you have for me?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, a great first pass. Anytime you've got free time, and I do, we'll work some stuff out. Most of the time, there's a reasonable unification of philosophy, down here. So if you stop in and I'm not around and somebody seems willing to go a few rounds with you, we look very poorly on people who use their skills just to show off and step on people who might be less experienced or less knowledgeable. So don't worry about that too much. But yeah, feel free to drop in for practice or additional training with anybody.
Okay.
And I'll ask around if it happens, and they can update me on what you've learned and covered.
Thank you.
An armed keyhold is a safer keyhold.
I agree.
All right. Good job, Grunt. And you've got a little bit more training under your belt. A few days go by, and the Wednesday of the performance arrives. As you guys are going through your preparations, it's an evening performance, starts around 7. Reisterstown is not that far away, so it's not like you're going to have to do much of a day trip up there. It's maybe half an hour commute, probably at the most, depending on traffic. And Megan, you get a call from your agent.
Okay. Sup?
They say that, hey, so I found where they're staying,
Okay.
I think.
You think?
There's a campground, and it's just on the outskirts, apparently. It's like a private place or something. But it's right there off the, you know where 795 splits into 30 and 140.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a
But
little
sure,
bit.
yeah. I'm
Right,
sure.
yeah,
I'm sure
right.
Megan does.
There's a big intersection where the interstate turns into
Right.
just state routes just north of Reisterstown, effectively. There's a little, like, kind of, it's off of Gore's Mill Road. And she'll give you an address.
Okay. And it's a private campground?
Apparently.
Okay.
I had to call in some fucking favors and have somebody literally watch them coming in. And apparently they pulled in there and set up their van and are just chilling.
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
The bus is down at the venue. setting up.
Uh-huh.
But the band isn't there yet. They're at this little sort of pull off. I guess it's a campground. It might just be like an estate or something.
And what time is this?
This is probably about 10 a.m.
Okay. How long does it take to get there?
About an hour tops.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
thanks.
that's what I've been able to find out. These people are weird, Megan.
Like beyond this weird, like is there anything else? Or just this?
There's nothing about them.
Well, yeah.
And they don't book like, okay, every other band I know comes down to Baltimore proper, even if they're playing at one of the little outside venues. They get a decent fucking hotel. They order a shit ton of room service and drugs, and they do band stuff.
Right. They're not acting normal.
This is the sort of thing that I would expect from, like, you know, a vacationing couple of retirees.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. It's just
no, you're good.
Normally I wouldn't care, but this was important to you, and then I got interested, and now I'm like hyper obsessing on this. Or
Okay,
something.
yeah, no, legit.
Anyway, regardless, but yeah.
All right, cool.
That's
thanks.
what I was able to find out. I had somebody drive by, and they said, "Yeah, here." They dropped a pin in Google Maps, for Christ's sake.
Weird question.
Wouldn't expect any other kind at this juncture.
Did the person you have drive by did the band react to them doing a drive by in any way?
I don't know.
He didn't say anything, at least.
It didn't say like, and they saw me and started cussing me out or anything.
Right.
No.
Like if they were like concerned about people coming up to them and reacted they would have said like, something like that, right?
Well, yeah, no, this isn't like the fucking Jonas Brothers or something. They don't have legions of fans coming out of the woodwork to harass them at whatever place they're staying before they get to the venue. So
no, but I'm not worried about that so much as if they're doing this, they're doing it for a reason, and they might not want people driving by them. And okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I just
he didn't say anything, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, no, he's right. Yeah, no, I think it's just they're really innocuous in a sort of almost like they're trying to stay off the radar kind of way, which is weird for a public group. But
all right, cool, thanks.
Okay, well, have fun. Bye.
Yep. Bye. Hang up. Yeah, that's not normal. And I'm going into my room.
Okay.
I am getting not the rifle, just the scope.
Okay.
The gun. A pair of binoculars. Getting into a more surveillance-y outfit. I'm looking it up on Google Maps. Is it just like a fucking feel? Like is there's
no,
if I estimate, would there be a good place for me to approach and like spy on, for lack of a better way to put it?
There's a number of like wooded areas. There's like one of those power line cut throughs, you know, where it's like solid woods, and then 50 feet wide of large power lines running through, you know.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there's a few there's some like farms and property and stuff up there.
Station you can just sneak into.
I mean, it's not that remote, and it's the East Coast. We don't have fires yet.
Give it time.
Climate change is a bitch. Okay, but yeah, no, there's a lot of green space up there.
Okay.
And of course, it's right up there near what is that? I want to say Liberty Reservoir. It's up at the north end of Liberty Reservoir, basically.
Okay.
If you look on Google Maps. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's a fairly green spacey kind of area.
We got plenty of time. All right. I'm going to, yep, I have not gotten a chance to take the bike out since, I
The
got
eyeball
stabbed in
incident?
the eye. And I am gonna go spy on my girlfriend's ex.
Okay, sounds good. We will pick up next week with what happens when Megan goes to spy on her girlfriend's ex. Amazing. Excellent closing spot. Say goodbye, everybody.
I
Bye.